So I think I'm being laid off from my job today. If you couldn't tell by my appearance, I have been crying all morning. I haven't even had my meeting yet, but I got a calendar meeting today from someone I've never spoken to at the company, and a bunch of other people did too. So I am recording this because I feel like a lot of people can probably find comfort in knowing they're not alone. So we will see. Maybe it'll be something positive. Maybe I'm not getting laid off, but I am shaking.
That does impact your position. Today is going to be your last day.
I've loved my time here and I'm very thankful for it. So I appreciate it. I did not think that that would be my last day. My laptop's not even working anymore for me to save things.
So last night at 10 o'clock, I got a calendar invite from the COO of my company with just me, the CEO, and him copied on it. So a 3-person meeting. I have no idea what this is about. My first suspicion is that I'm getting fired. I don't know, but I haven't had any warnings before about my performance or anything. So it's just really odd to get a calendar invite out of the blue from the CEO and COO for the following morning. I'm about to join this Zoom meeting and I'm going to film joining. And it's only 15 minutes long. Hello.
Hey, Grace.
Hi, how are you guys? Gotcha. Well, honestly, I really enjoyed my time working with you guys. You all have been awesome to work with, I think, the past 9 months. Just overall really grateful for this experience and wish you guys the best. Thank you guys. Guess I'm a full-time influencer now.
Let me begin by saying we hoped we wouldn't be in this position again. Yet we are. And we deeply regret the impact this decision may have on you. For that, I am truly very sorry. This decision is not a reflection on you as individuals. I also want to say you've been tremendous team members, colleagues, and friends to me and so many others. We are here to support you both personally and professionally as you navigate next steps. We will begin deactivating all systems access at this time. At this time, I'll end the call.
And that's it. And they turned everything off.
Alright, it is March 3rd of 2025, and I am officially laid off of my job. I was a project manager for a solar company out in Missouri, working remote, and they let go of the whole department as of today. So this really does suck. I'm not too sure what to do now other than to update my resume and try to find a job in the area. But yeah, it really does suck. I just got a call from my work and they let me know that I was getting laid off today. And so I was laid off from work today. And it's a lot. There's the fires going on in LA. My birthday just happened a few days ago. I thought this was going to be my year, and I just got laid off. I've been at this company for over 6 years, and, I don't even know what to do. Obviously, I have to file for unemployment. I'm just, in shock.
I got laid off this morning. I was supposed to have the day off. The whole company was supposed to be off. I get a phone call from my boss, and she goes, I need you to check your email. The sales director wants to have a meeting with you. I'm like, okay, I'll go check my email. I'm at home, it's fine. So I have a meeting invite from the sales director titled Meeting with HR. HR! Everyone who is in the corporate world knows that it's never a good thing when you have a meeting with HR, because it normally only means one thing. And it normally means that you're losing your job. So I get ready for this call. I go put my makeup on, go put on my mascara, because I know I'm probably going to have my camera on. They say, we're going to eliminate your position. We are trying to save money. Yada, yada, yada. And they go through all this stuff that you're never going to remember because, like, your life just changed, like, within the blink of an eye. And the crazy thing is that my boss, like, didn't even know that this was happening. Like, when she called me, I called her back and I was like, well, what's the issue? Like, I see HR is on this meeting. And she's like, I don't know, like, I'll drive home for this meeting. So then I just have to, like, you have to sit there, like, with your camera on after they just delivered, like, the worst news ever. Like,
So I got laid off on Thursday. Today's Monday, and I have a lot of thoughts, so let's talk about it. For reference, I'm 28 years old. I've been working in corporate America for, 8 years. I graduated college in 2018, and this is my second, technically third time getting laid off if you include a furlough from COVID. I was not expecting it at all. I was pretty blindsided, but I am super, super thankful for this layoff versus my last one, and let me explain to you why. The last time I got laid off, I was 24 years old, and I had just purchased my condo. So my first piece of property, the only piece of property I own. I used most of my savings to purchase it. It's truly my biggest accomplishment. And 2 months later, I had no employment. I vowed to myself from that moment on, I would never let myself feel so scared and so hopeless ever again, because I truly wasn't sure what I was going to do. Like, I was like, I think I'm going to be on food stamps. And my parents, just for a backstory, like, I had no assistance getting my house. My parents sent me dish towels as a thank you present. Like, I 100% did this on my own. So it was 100% my responsibility to figure out what I'm going to do. With that being said, I then met my now fiance a year and a half later, and I live in his house, and we rent out my property still. So we do make a little bit of rental income. I also teach Pilates, and I own my own Pilates grip socks business. And I have done this weekend what is called redistributing my calories, now knowing one of my sources of income will be diminished. So I guess my biggest piece of advice here for women, because that's who I'm really talking to, but truly anyone, is do not put all of your eggs in one basket. I don't care if you have the best corporate job in the world. I don't care if you think you have the job security. I used to tell people that this was the job I was retiring to, and I absolutely got blindsided by this. But I do not have to worry about how I'm going to put food on the table or what I'm going to do when I wake up tomorrow, because I have 2 other sources of income, 3 if you count my rental, 3 other sources of income, but 2 other businesses, teaching Pilates and owning my Pilates sub company, that I can now put more of my calories in and redistribute while looking for more full-time work.
I just got laid off about an hour ago. I cried for a while, and I think the hardest part about it is I loved my job. I cared so much, but like knowing that you put your full effort towards something and then feeling like they decided it wasn't enough or it wasn't worth enough. Like right now, I feel just very like, not even undervalued, because I clearly am not valued, but like that all of my effort wasn't good enough, or it wasn't important, or it wasn't relevant. I got laid off today, and it just, I don't know. And LA is burning and their fires are everywhere, and I got laid off and I don't have a job. So like in perspective, it's not that big of a deal. There's other jobs, but it goes so much deeper than not having a job. So yeah, I don't know. I'm jobless.
We may be able to integrate you back into your previous role, but this will be contingent on business conditions and, stuff like that. So,
All right.
I'm sorry, Angela.
What about the bereavement time?
Getting paid on that.
Okay.
That is going to be taken care of already. So.
Okay. Is there anything else that I need to do on my end then?
Are you considering the sales position, or
I have to talk with my Cutler. I'd have to talk with my husband.
So I can give you up until the end of today to consider. So if you want to touch base with me at 5:30.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay. Sorry, Angela. I'll be here for you.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Wow. All right, y'all. Hold on. Oh, I look like a hot mess. Hold on. Okay, just so I look a little more composed. So, wow, my glasses are starting to fog up because I was crying. My job just laid me off. I guess what's crazy about this is I just came from bereavement leave. My grandmother had passed away last week. Oh, gosh. Okay. And it was a little rough, but, we got through it. She lived a great life, and then I come back here Monday morning for work, and I get a sudden meeting from my boss, not expecting this at all. And they tell me that due to the recent economic downturns, they're laying me off. In all fairness, I was one of the higher paid HR people on our TA team. And yeah, that's what they chose to do.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline, and I was just laid off in a mass Zoom meeting. So if it looks like I'm not okay, it's because I am not okay. One thing about working in tech is that it is not for the weak, and you watch these layoffs happen all the time. And each time you continually tell yourself, it ain't me, thank God. Well, guess what? It was me this time. I am a 30-year-old with 2 master's degrees, an undergraduate degree, all in marketing. And now I am unemployed and continuing to post on TikTok. I knew my company was having struggles. We couldn't push our pipeline down from top of funnel to any close one. So I would say it was a surprise that they were doing a restructuring, but it absolutely was not. What was a surprise is that I was told that I was okay, and I was absolutely blindsided this morning at 11 a.m. with a 10-minute meeting on my calendar where people in the higher executive crew that I've never met before told a group of 15 of us or so, while another group of 15 was meeting with other people, that we were all laid off from the company.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we are here. So Caroline, thank you for meeting us with us today. As it's shared today at the staff meeting, we are meeting with those who are most directly impacted by this restructuring decision. Unfortunately, your position is one that is being eliminated. I want to recognize how challenging this news might be. Please know that this decision is no way a reflection of your effort, the impact you've had. You have been a vital part of our team, and I deeply appreciate your hard work, dedication, and commitment. I know there's a lot to process, and it's a difficult situation for all of us. Please know that I'm here to support you through the transition in any way I can. I'm here to provide you with additional information on next steps, so I'll turn it over to her to share more details.
Okay. Hey, Caroline. Okay, I'm going to share some info with you, and you might, if you want to, you can write it down.
Oh, I'm recording this.
So, what was that?
I'm recording this.
Okay. So we've put a package together for you. No other changes. You'll be paid through the end of the week. So if you don't do anything at all, you'll still be paid through the end of the week. You have the option of staying through the end of the month if you sign what's called a transition of duties letter, and I'll get into the details of that in just a minute. And you can also keep your monitor and your keyboard and all of that kind of stuff. We would just need the laptop back. You decide tomorrow that you don't want to stick around to the end of December, you'll receive that package tomorrow and you'll be paid through the end of the week. And then you'll have time to go through that package. If you want to stay longer, then you'll receive the package at the end of December. And then you'll have time through January to figure out if you want to accept it or not. You'll have until 2 p.m. tomorrow to say what you want to do. So that's basically you declaring, like, I want to just get my stuff now, or I want to stay through the end of the month. So that's what that transition of duties letter is for. Any questions about all of that, like the nuts and bolts stuff?
I understand this news comes with a lot of emotions, and you need time to process this information. Please feel free to take the rest of the day off today, or if you like to talk with me or talk to your manager, we are here. And any other question you have now? Okay.
This was... I'm so disappointed.
You know. And worth noting, there's 3 months of outplacement support. Those are folks that help you sort of figure out what you're going to do next. They help you with your resume. They help you with all that.
I understand that. We're trying to buy a house.
And I don't know that, but I understand.
I mean, like... Before the holidays? 2 weeks before the holidays? How callous? How callous?
Understand.
Well, not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but it definitely sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or what. I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. But I also really liked the idea of having like a stable income with a job. I'm also getting married this year and have lots of expenses. So yeah, I still know it's going to be a great year. Like, I'm truly trying to be positive. I know everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
About 2 months ago, I left a relatively stable job at a very large software company to take a chance, as I have done at other times in my past, take a chance on a smaller e-commerce company. A former colleague of mine worked there. He said, hey, it's a good opportunity. There's some exciting stuff going on here. We can really make a difference. You'll get back into pre-sales. You'll get paid more. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? I figure this will last maybe 6 months, maybe a year, and then I can land on my feet somewhere else if it doesn't work out. Or if it does work out, it'll be great. 30 days, exactly 30 days after I joined, the company had a 20% reduction in force, which included me. So now, 1 month later, I am in the midst of what has to be one of the worst, if not the worst, tech job market that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. All of the horror stories you hear about ghosting and ghost jobs and super long interview processes and all the stuff, it's all true. I have lived it. And I've been doing all the right things, right? I'm not just applying directly on the website. I'm getting referrals, right? I'm getting inroads. I'm reaching out to hiring managers. I'm doing all the right things. And my professional network, by the way, has been fantastic. They have really come through this time. But even that's not helping. I've been rejected from jobs where I was highly referred by somebody even before I could interview with the HR person. Like, I've already been rejected from 3 jobs after a full interview process. And I have a couple of others in the pipeline right now, but, you know, for the first time in my life, I'm really wondering if I'm going to be able to stay in tech. And it's so frustrating because I know that I've got, as they say, a lot left in the tank. I know my value. I know what I can contribute. I know I can help out a lot of software companies. You know, and by the way, if you happen to work in tech and you know of any openings in sales or pre-sales or even product marketing, hit me up in the comments. But, it's soul crushing. It's humiliating. It's frightening. I mean, at a time in my life when I should be thinking more about retirement and I should be thinking about how I'm going to spend time with my soon-to-be grandchild, now I'm looking for a fucking job. So many things I could say. It's tough. It's tough out there. I don't know. I don't know what to do other than what I'm already doing.
I lost my job, and I've never lost a job before. When big things happen like this, like suddenly, I do go into action station. So I've already got a plan of how I'm going to get a job. Financially, I'm going to be okay for maybe a month-ish, but I need to get my life together and get a new job. It's scary, but also a relief, but also all the things. And I've never lost a job before. But I think it's a rite of passage because some of the great people I know have lost jobs. And yeah, it just happened and I have to deal with that. But one thing I know that I can do is deal with things. And I'm just going to really fucking deal with this.